Very weird.
T3 Media.
Through the media.
I'm Chris Fagan.
I'm Joy Fagan.
Because there might be a podcast version of. So when we're doing this, we also have to think that Chris is also going to make an audio version of it. So it's been 4 years since we started going to conventions. Comicpalooza, held in Houston, was the first one that we went to. It was by chance. Someone was like, "Why don't you guys try to get your media pass for conventions?" We applied and it succeeded. And we've gone to Comicpalooza ever since. Our go-to cosplay has been the Fifth Element. That's how we met Tabitha. That was by chance, and that story's crazy. So I'm gonna save that one for when next time I'm collabing with Tabitha on that one. But we went this year, and after all these years of going, I was like, at the risk of being blacklisted, I'm going to be honest. I mean, T3 Media Studios is not a platform that I'm going to use to. It feels like it can be bought and paid for. How people kept going, "You're a shill because you're being paid." Like, it doesn't. It means a lot to me that I'm allowed to get press passes to events, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to give my honest review. And I guess that's going to be kind of like a teaser of how this is going to go. I always enjoy Comicpalooza. I always have, but I'm going to be honest. This year was not as eventful as the years before. I mean, there was a lot going on. I mean, it was raining a lot, and then you just had the star of Daredevil, the main character, bow out a couple weeks before. Yeah. It was like a perfect storm.
And the rest of them were only there for one day.
Yeah. So you could try to, in my opinion, if the event itself was eventful enough, people would have showed up in a certain amount of numbers, word of mouth would have gotten around, like it always does. That's exactly what happens. The first wave of people show up, they talk about how great it is, and then they stay, and then the next wave comes in and it gets packed. That's usually what happens.
And there was, with the exception of the writers, artists, whoever that was.
We're just talking about the rest of the space.
There was no, Wilson Bethel had a medium line. He was probably the only one that had, where you had to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
All the other actors, there was 5 people in line per person. Some of them not even 5 people.
So let's talk about like the presentation, overall presentation of what, not the guest itself, but how you feel that the powers that be, I guess, presented, set the setting.
Each and every year, it has gotten the backdrop where people really enjoy posing, taking pictures in front of. Sometimes it's a group, if you're with a group, or if you find people random people that happen to be matching your. People would take photos.
Usually they'll do like a mural with the logo, like most conventions
do. Each year has gotten
smaller and smaller.
A couple of years ago, there was a full-on red carpet down the center with backdrops on both sides, as well as backdrops before you.
Was that the Hayden Christensen year?
No, that was the
year before that.
Maybe that was the Back to the Future year, but there was backdrops everywhere.
Yeah.
Then last year, nothing on the inside, but there was at least several small ones on the out, like before you walked in the door.
Yeah. And I'll put the picture up now, but this year
it
was like a little display
that's supposed to mimic
that kind of looked like this.
I think it was supposed to mimic like an
Comicpalooza
Instagram
hashtag. It was like it was an old school post. Well, nowadays everything's about reels. That was old school Instagram post friendly. Yeah. That made sense for an Instagram post if this was 2016.
Like hashtag.
Yeah, but it felt outdated.
And that was about it.
And it was in an odd space. I mean, the spacing of things was, they had to. It felt like it's been getting more. I don't know. Whoever is in charge of spacing, set design, and all that stuff. I don't know. We need to go back to previous years, because the spacing of things where I don't know where the wrestling ring was. It was in a room. And one year I remember it was in a room upstairs. Now it was on the main floor. The podcast area, they were all. It's like these things were all jammed on one side, like one corner, to make space for, what I'm assuming. They assumed that this year was going to be a lot of tickets sold, a lot of people walking. Maybe here's where I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to assume that years before there was a lot of complaints about spacing and people not being able to find, and they tried to space it out and better. I don't know. And
it was very packed in previous years, where you were elbow to elbow.
Yeah. And maybe, and I'm only going to assume that maybe they've got too many complaints about that, and they were trying to compensate.
I mean, and it's typical, I think, on Friday to not be as busy. That.
Yeah, I'm never going to judge them on a Friday.
And then Saturday, we thought it must be the weather because it was a torrential
Yeah.
downpour.
Yeah.
But then it appeared Sunday, which was a beautiful day, to not be any better.
Yeah. So, but then like celebrities get leave.
I don't even think I feel very certain in saying there wasn't even as many cars as There's usually it goes all the way over to more. It takes up a whole end, and there was much less cars. There were not as many. There's usually more to look at.
Which is why
much less.
Which is why I'm going back to my theory. Maybe it was maybe somebody was trying to overcompensate for complaints about spacing. So, but nothing to me is going to excuse. I don't know why it stuck out for us, and that was one of the first things we looked at as a negative. The second we noticed that backdrop wasn't there, that's been there for the past 3 years that we've been there, and that red carpet treatment, whatever, that it was like. It gave the vibe right off the bat. The second we noticed it, that it wasn't, I don't know, customer friendly or engagement friendly, because that to me felt like one of the things out. Besides looking forward to meeting my favorite celebrity, or getting autograph, interviewing people, seeing the cosplay, getting in front of that backdrop and taking a picture and seeing a bunch of people lining up and doing the same thing. They made it easier when there was a long wall, and I don't know what happened to it. I would think that. When they're not using it, you just roll it up and just store it somewhere. Did it get lost? Did it get caught on fire? I mean, did it say 2023 on it? You don't want to use it again?
We're local. It's Houston, so it doesn't involve travel or hotels.
Right.
There was a particular person that I was interested in seeing, and I did get to see. That was local. But Dallas had a convention this past weekend as well.
Oh yeah,
that was something that I really wanted to go to, but I had to make a choice.
Yeah,
and
the
of
fact
course
that there was another
just
convention at the same time.
And honestly, looking at what I've seen, we have mutuals that went to the other.
Now
it's a little disappointing to think we probably should have went to the other event.
That and I forgot about that. That could have played a part. The locals here in Houston might have been split just even by a little bit. I mean, but 10% is enough. You throw.
I mean, it's a different genre because it's not. That was a horror, so it's not really a super about comics or anime, and it's a very specific set of actors and actresses because it's horror.
It wouldn't matter. Let's say Comicpalooza would have booked the full cast of Obsession. I guarantee that line or Michael. That line would have been.
No,
long.
I mean people going to these events. Yeah. You have people that are like, oh well, I go to Comicpalooza specifically for my cosplay and comic book and whatever, versus the horror ones.
Stuff. Yeah.
We do too, but I also look at the guest list. Who else going to be there because we are collecting.
Yeah, and we were disappointed that Matt Murdock. I keep calling him Matt, but what's his real name? I'm disappointed that Charlie Cox. And I thought about it, and I'm like, no, because you were right. When we were there, I was thinking, if Charlie Cox was there, would everyone else's the D'Onofrio and whatnot lines been longer? And I'm thinking so because I think I would have paid the money for that group photo. But Charlie Cox had to have been there, and I'm thinking there had to have been a small percentage of fans who were excited to see Jessica Jones, excited to see Bullseye, excited to see Kingpin, especially, but wanted to support all of them only if Charlie Cox was there too. Like if Charlie Cox was never even announced, maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe it wouldn't have been as
some
bad.
of the prices for like the group photo. I mean, if you're going to pay $300,
I would want
the group.
I would want the
and
group.
You're missing one of the groups. So people
so
were
now
like,
the group isn't worth it anymore.
I don't really want that.
I don't even know
now.
if they discounted it after he canceled. They should have.
I think what I saw, again, I didn't look at prices, so I don't know that I'm correct, but it appeared that it was originally Bullseye, Daredevil, Kingpin. When he pulled out, they inserted Jessica Jones in that instead.
I would have wanted all four of them. I mean, come on. It doesn't.
I don't know if the price has changed. I didn't look
at
at that.
Because I'm sure people would have been mad, especially the ones who paid early. We were at a situation where we were thinking about buying that early, and I'm thankful that you. I'm talking about that and the Speedy Pass. Mm-hmm. We were thinking we need it. We were really thinking that, and luckily we talked about it. We hesitated, And I'm glad we did, because Speedy Passes were not.
needed.
I feel bad for anybody who bought a Speedy Pass. It would not have made a difference. People who got just people who didn't have a Speedy Pass at all probably got to take pictures faster than anybody with a Speedy Pass. I mean, it was that light. And
I mean, and even some, which I understand, they're some of these actors and actresses. This is they have to make money too. So I get that they like the selfies at the table, the prices. But there was a very considerable. I won't even name names. But there was a very considerable difference in selfies at one table versus the price of the selfies at all the other tables. That was pretty ridiculous.
You're being nice. I'm like, I mean, it is what it is. It's a. I mean, I know it's a shared event. I know it's a public event, sort of. I mean, they put the price out. I don't know if that's what you're thinking about, but I'll say it myself. As much as I love her as an actress, before she was even Jessica Jones, I loved her in the B in Department 23. But and besides Charlie Cox, she is probably one of the main ones I would have wanted to get an autograph from, maybe more than Charlie Cox. But that price was ridiculous, and I would have never. I wasn't going to pay that.
Your professional photo is the expensive one because it's a professional photo. Your selfie at the table is considerably cheaper because
But the selfie was just as expensive, right?
It was just as expensive.
And
that's with your cell phone.
And I get it. Maybe there's not going to be another season of Jessica Jones and whatnot. And or the Defenders and whatnot. And I get it. And like you said, actors got to act. They got to make money. But and I said this last year. If these actors would just reel it in just a little bit, shave $30 off of their thinking price, at least for the first couple of hours, and make it cheaper in the beginning, and then maybe increase it later. Get here, you better get in line before. If they did that, it would entice people probably to come in early and stay.
Well, we see for most of the time when we go to events, the selfie at the table price is the average is about $60 to $70.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little more,
depending on the fame.
With that like 80 or 90, maxing at about 100, and that's just a few.
Well,
there's not that many. The average price is around that $70.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was which that was the case for most of the people that we saw, with the exception of
Jessica Jones is we'll call Jessica Jones.
Kristen
Ritter. Her prices made more sense for Charlie Cox.
You know what? I don't know if it was because they saw how empty the line was and were like, I got to recoup.
Well, and that's my point. That was the point I was about to make earlier. But that's backwards thinking. You're going to recoup it by making your prices smaller.
Yeah, but I'm saying because they expected lines, and when they saw there's nobody, and they were just like.
But that's the mistake that people like AMC Theaters is making. We're doing things like making trailers too long. It's making people unhappy. They're not coming to the theaters as much as they used to, thanks to Netflix and stuff like that. So to recoup, we're losing millions of dollars a year. So to recoup that, let's raise the ticket prices so we can make that money back. Those are tickets now. People are saying that the tickets are too expensive, and they're not coming to the movie theaters. We're losing $2 million a year now. Now let's raise the ticket prices to recoup. And there's just all you're doing is adding to the problem. If they would cut out, like I said, $20, maybe $30 off their thinking price, the one that they settle on, whatever number they settle on, I'm going to do it for $70, and then somebody else goes, okay, good, $50. That's how it should happen. Somebody else should come back and be like, all right, that's your thinking, all right, then $20 off of it. And I'm telling you, more because especially with this recession, there's the prices, gas and whatnot. You gotta. I get it. You gotta eat too, but people who aren't capable of booking a movie gig and whatnot are going to think, I'm working a 9 to 5 and I don't want to spend my $150 on an autograph when I got to pay the gas bill. So that's just, I don't know. I'm not saying she's not worth it, but if this would have been 2000 whatever when Jessica Jones right before season 2 was about, that made more sense. But with that Netflix hiatus and stuff, it makes sense more for Charlie Cox because he's in the movies.
Just disappointed because we were going to get a photo.
I wanted
an
one.
autograph or whatever, and it was just like, we can't afford to do that.
Between Charlie Cox and Kristen, individually, I would rather have her autograph or in a selfie with her. I've been a fan of hers longer, but if I would have had a chance, I would have sacrificed an individual autograph to get a ensemble. And when the ensemble, and that's not her fault, it's not everybody else's fault, but when Charlie for whatever reason backed out, it blew that. And he might have he probably has a legit reason why he needed to. So it's not his business is business, but I don't know. And that's just one group. I mean, there was probably people were disappointed with a lot of other cancellations. Didn't one of the Matrix people probably did they all show up, or was this two?
There
Was it
were
always
two other cancellations, but they weren't
Matrix related.
They weren't Matrix related.
It was like,
But now they were disappointed in the Speed Pass.
Yeah.
Because there were people that bought like the Matrix Speed Pass, thinking that the line was going to be crazy,
and it wasn't.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
They got their autographs and they were super thrilled.
Yeah, they got them fast.
And they said everybody was wonderful. Like,
but it wasn't worth the
they were
Speed Pass.
so great. Interactions were great. It was just I paid a whole lot of money, to, VIP the line, and there was no line.
I'll tell you the best. The highlight of the event is always when fans of the Fifth Element interact with us as cosplayers.
We
But I even feel like I even owe them an apology, because the vibe, or whatever you want to call it, the tone that was set, even made me limit myself. And I'm like, have I gotten to a point where I'm tired of it, or I've done it too much? I've overextended myself. Expo Dallas, or the very next convention that we go to, will tell me, or that maybe I'm tired of it. But I like doing the character. I was ready to do it. I'm still working on the costume, so I don't know. But for some reason, after Friday, I mean, after the first hour, I don't know, seeing that photo booth, I don't know that I don't know what it did to me. The only highlight that I'm walking away with now, not an autograph that I got. It's always interacting with the people. It is that. The few people that were still excited, and I get a kick out of. I'm always waiting for that one person, and it happened again this year. That one person who says, "I have never seen
There's always
this. I come here every year.
This is my favorite movie, and I've never seen anybody do it."
And guys, I'm gonna have to apologize for my wife's little snooty little responsive one. Well, we've done this for the past 4 years. You said that. You said it just like that. You were like, so I guess you weren't here last year, or the year before, or the year. I was like, ooh, all right, Hollywood. She was awesome. So I apologize for this flight attendant's got her head in the clouds. Okay. So speaking about the highlight of the event, I mean, I even have to apologize to even like Lana Marie Live. She texted me after the fact. She was like, "Man, I wanted to get a picture with you guys," and I felt bad. I was like, "I'm sorry. I didn't even have the energy. Maybe I did it to myself." Let's talk about the people that we did interact with. Now, I'm gonna put this up on the screen. What's the first for the people who can't see?
So I made a post in a local cosplay group to say, because what happens is we're just the two of us. We never get to see pictures that people take of us because we're in the picture.
We got to hire that photographer.
We need a video entourage with us.
I'm looking to hire the Ruby Rod backup people. I need three guys who want to fan over me as Ruby Rod and pass me the cigarette and talk about Super Green. I'm willing to, if you're willing to get in that costume with me, I will pay for your pass. I will pay for your tickets.
So we rarely get to see pictures that people took with us or of us.
Until my wife is brilliantly sends the flare up. If you took a picture of us.
So that's what I did. I made a post and said, "Hey, this is my husband and myself."
Nothing beats that one interaction though when we were at dinner. And that couple that was like, "Oh my God, we were sitting right there with you this whole time." That was Dallas. But let's talk about one. Which one was this one? Who is this from?
Some of these are just comments. So Doc Chang said, "That's so good." We're talking about our costumes. And then Haley Bollinger said, "It was great seeing y'all." And she put a picture.
It's just a picture of us on the blue carpet, not the red carpet.
She said, "I was the cat from Cats the Musical," which she didn't post her picture of herself,
well,
but I saw it. She looked great. She looked very authentic.
Now, notice that she's not Cats the movie.
Cats the musical.
Like, let's get it right.
And then Poi N Perlers said, "I wanted to take a picture with you guys so bad, but everybody was keeping you busy. Awesome cosplay, and we loved it." We did have a few times that people were waiting, and we were in.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
A lot of pictures and
I'm gonna blame it on my funky mood, because honestly, I will never say no. I mean, unless I have to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. But don't ever be afraid to ask and be like, because I get it. Like, a lot of people are like, "I don't know, maybe he's too overwhelmed. Maybe he doesn't want to." No. I want that. I want you to come up. And I know sometimes people are just like, "I don't want to impose." I get it, but I'm letting you guys know right now. If you see me in that I want you to ask. If you want to take a picture, I'm down. I want to see your cosplay too. And another thing I'm gonna apologize for is that I didn't get the interviews that I want. I left my darn microphones at home like a dummy. So I'm not gonna make that mistake next year. The microphone will be attached to the dang wand. I'm working on. I'm retooling. So, all right, what's the next picture we got?
Ruthie Sellers said, "You two were so freaking cool. I didn't even get in the picture myself because y'all were so awesome. I was Trinity, and she was Trinity from The Matrix. There's not.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking to her. I was like, "Are you Trinity?" Yeah.
Kevin T. Carrillo posted a picture of us. He didn't say anything. He
Just posted the
us.
picture. I should have taken a picture with Trinity, and we should have did the Matrix pose or did the thing or something with Ruby Rod or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I was in a mood.
Samuel Gomez said, "My wife had to get a picture with you guys. Thank you." And she's the
Black Cat, Catwoman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Christine Sheeran said, "Fantastic." Christopher Harbin said, "You both look great. Wonderful idea." Stephanie Kristen King said, "Were y'all at Corpus Christi Comic Con last year? If so, I saw you guys there." And I said, "Yes, we were."
We are Texas made.
OCL Victor Garza said, "That's freaking awesome." Derek Zavalt said, "Super green." Camellia Walker said, "Oh my God, y'all made my day." I remember her too. "I was on a mission to find a Fifth Element decal for my car to replace my old one. And seeing y'all made up for it because I couldn't find one." And she took a picture with us because I do remember her saying, "I love this movie, it's my favorite," and she was trying to find a new decal for her car.
I'm gonna start. I wish after meeting that woman who has the Guinness Book of World Records of Casper movie memorabilia, I know there's probably already somebody out there who has way more Fifth Element that I'll ever be able to afford. So I'm not trying to go for the Guinness Book, but I want to be able to find some stuff. If not. Like little things where I could do giveaways or something like that, or maybe something more close to home for T3 Media Studios, because this isn't just the Fifth Element channel, but that's just a cosplay thing. But I want to do something for people who want to take pictures with us or and interview with us. I'm sorry. Yeah. What was the next one?
Georgia Rodriguez Lippincott. She just posted a picture that she took of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anya Wright said, "I didn't get a picture, but you guys looked amazing." Samantha Strong said, "I saw you guys coming in as we were heading out, but I have a picture of you guys from last year." And she posted her picture she took of us last year.
Is that the wooden one, or is that no? That's last year. That's the plastic one. Okay.
Autumn Rao said, "You guys look so awesome. One of my favorite looks from the weekend." Keith Crenshaw said, "I saw you guys, but I never made it over." Andy Forsland said, "I passed by you both in the dealer's room, and you two look great." Garrett Apple posted a photo.
That's
Velma.
Velma, yeah. She was one of the first.
Yeah. And that was.
Yeah, and I loved it. I think I did a post too, but I never do it in time. You're better at that. You send the word out. Thing. David D. Smiley again in his two cosplays. Seeing my friends from Fusion High, seeing the another cosplay, I forgot his name, but the other guy who was Ruby Rod when I was in the opera outfit and he was in the cheat outfit, and the fact that it was after the fact that I saw that he proposed to his fiance, his girlfriend. Now they're engaged. I think that's her voice, like her laughing in that video when me and him were interacting with each other. So the meeting with the people and whatnot, it's always a thing that saves the event for me.
Oh, and you saw some new cosplayers that we have at Blank Man.
Yeah.
That one was
Blank Man was good. Now I gotta say maybe he. I thought about doing that now, but like he might have the same exact story. Maybe he wears that every year, and he's been there every year for the past 10 whatever years. But that was literally the first time I ever saw Blank Man.
And then the guy dressed as Martin,
from the Mario Karate Man. Yeah, Karate Man. I think that's his name, Karate Man. From Martin. And, he was perfect. I thought he took a picture with us. I thought he posted something. I saw.
He did take a picture with us, but I didn't see it.
Well, no, never mind. I saw his pictures on. Yeah, it's on the Comicpalooza. So overall, yeah. I mean, the saving grace was once again, it was the people. It was the energy from them. It was what saved the event. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe buying the alcohol that's there, maybe it just hits different because it's so expensive. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know.
Oh, with there was a whole group that was Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
they were there together as a group.
Yeah, that costume was good. They recognized us at the elevator. That was great. So it was it was the people that, once again, it was the people that made it worth going. It was a good event, but the overall, I don't know. It just. For some reason, for all you guys who attended, let me know what you guys think. What was your overall feeling of it? Was it because of the weather? Was it a combination of the things? Do you think that the event just wasn't staged or presented properly to keep you there? Because I'm still going to stick to the idea that the first set of people that showed up left early. and didn't stick around to get be elbow to elbow with the second wave of people. That also contributed to the lack of space. If you guys see us around, if you want a picture, come just do what everybody else does. Scream, Ruby! That'll get my attention. I will interact. I will, I need a picture. Just say it. I want a picture, and it'll happen. I guarantee it. For myself, I'm gonna say overall, I was just whelmed, I guess, for Comicpalooza this year. I'm hopefully if they don't get mad at my rating, my review, get invited again, because I do look forward to meeting everybody. But don't be bitter, be better. So I guess that's all I gotta say. For if you want to follow us, go to t3mediastudios.com and check out the blog, check out the reviews that we do. Go follow us on our channels, and I guess we'll be back next week. We're back on track. Hopefully, I get things up and running with the show. We're talking to the moves. Stay tuned. And
T3 Media.